Morning all, 26th of July. Another day in my daily diaries of how I look after my wife with Parkinson's and dementia. Yesterday, Friday. Very, very restless again yesterday morning, in bed. Didn't want to get up. Very hot and sweating profusely again. Doing all the air twizzling thing. Eyes open because she was awake. Do you want to get up? Shaking her head. So eventually got her up at 12. Had to strip all the bed. All that went in the washing again, in the washer. I managed to get it hung out before we left anyway, and it was dry because it was a lovely day yesterday. All that delivery stuff came at 11:30. They called and picked up the care line, the Vitaline thing, at 11:30. Got a message off somebody else yesterday whose family member lives on their own. I think she said it was a mum or a mother-in-law. And they're getting, because she lives on her own, they're getting that Vitaline set up. Don't know whether it's Vitaline or one of the other companies that do it. Same sort of thing though. It's like a bracelet or a pendant for £170 a month. They want to charge her. What's the difference? Why £170 a month? I was paying £7 a week, so that's £28 a month or £30 a month. I know mine was subsidised slightly, but you're not telling me I got that much of a subsidy. No, not at all. Not at all. It's a joke. It is an absolute joke. A lot of these companies are just out for ripping people off because it's a safety net. It is a safety net, and I do recommend it, but that's a piss take, isn't it? So I told her to get on to the local council and get in touch with the adult social care, and get them to organise it because they'll have their own. But it's just annoying. It's constant. When you're caring for somebody, you don't need all that extra hassle that comes with it. Just I don't know. I'm going over the same thing over again, and it just smashes your head. There's no reason for it. I know businesses have to make money, but not £170 a month. I mean, what's that over a year? For an elderly person to that's living on their own. I don't know. It's a joke. It really is. The other stuff that came, it was I know I'm not going to use it. I know I'm not. One's a portable commode. I ain't going to sit hands on that. And you're supposed to push it to the toilet, and then she can sit on it over the toilet. Well, I can't see the sense in that. I might as well just push it. If I was a little old man and I'm frail, and I can't pick Angie up, I know I'm old sometimes, but I can pick her up. Bloody hell. She must be less than 7 stone now. And so I'll put in her own wheelchair, wheel her to the toilet, and just lift her off the wheelchair and sit her on the toilet. It's much easier than lifting her out of the chair, it's like a dining chair or the settee, putting her onto this portable commode thing, and then pushing her to the toilet. It just seems double work for me. And then this rotunda, I believe it's called. It's like best way to describe it. It's these two-wheel trucks that you see people pushing along like train stations. They're carrying suitcases, usually big red things with big wheels on. It looks like one of them, but with a big plate at the bottom where she got a stand on it, put her knees against something, hopefully pull herself up, then I have then got to strap her to it, then wheel her to wherever she's going. I know. Again, the NHS, it's like, I don't know what they cost these things, but and they wonder why they've got no money, the NHS. All the things over the last couple of years, last 18 months or so, that we've had, like a walking frame, a 3-wheel walker, that we've got, I bought a couple of things, but we've also got off, through the NHS. And they won't take them back. They don't take them back. It's ridiculous. you're just throwing money away. Just throwing anyway. Starting off on the right mode Saturday morning. So yeah. Anyway, so I got her up and toilet, washed, dressed, and a bit of breakfast, and we got out. But well, we was going 1:30. It was Good Friday. Go and meet Marilyn's sister. Meet Marilyn, Angie's sister. So I just wheeling Angie right to the front door. I said, right, Angie, let me get you out because I have to walk her then from the front door to the car. And she said, I want to go to the toilet. Not for a wee. So I wheels her back to the toilet, gets her out of the chair, stands her up, gets her half undressed, sits on the toilet. 20 minutes. Are you done? No. Right, I don't think I need it now. Now I know that's, I'm not having a go at Angie. I'm just making clear this is what we have to do, and we don't lose our rags. Maybe sometimes we do because it becomes infuriating, and it's that split thing at the moment. That moment in time, you think, oh no, I don't need this. But for 20 minutes, but I have to get her off the chair. I know I've just said I can do it, but you get off the chair, half undress her, sit her on the toilet, stand her up, dress her back up again. And while you're holding her to stop her falling, you're pulling her pants and then put back in the chair. It took 20 minutes and for nothing. So then he just has, but she wasn't right. She weren't right. We got into Cleveland's and had a coffee. I met Angie's sister. Bumped into a couple that we used to see at the meetings when we used to go to the Parkinson's meetings and the Parkinson's exercise class and the drop-in centre on the third. We used to go to the Parkinson's exercise class on a Monday. Quite a lot went. They do this 3/4 an hour exercise class, just gentle, and then I'll have something to eat, and because it was like like a centre things, you get something to eat. It was something to look forward to, but obviously that stopped. Because Angie stopped, she said I didn't want to go, and then she ended up going to the day centre Mondays anyway. And we used to meet on a Thursday afternoon at Blackpool Carers Centre. Just a Thursday afternoon was a drop-in, from 1:30 till 3. Just a drop-in for carers and dementia people with dementia, and used to have like a quiz and stuff like that, just like a get-together type of thing. But again, Angie said that she just didn't want to go. The last couple of times we went, Angie sat there with her eyes closed, so I just felt like a spare part really. The idea was it was to go, for Angie to get involved, so we just stopped going. Anyway, what I'm getting at is, so I bumped to this couple. It's the husband that's got the dementia, and he's all right though. I mean, he drives himself around in a motorised wheelchair scooter thing. So it was a nice bumping into them. So she said that I invited, why don't I on a Monday or a Thursday, because Angie's at day centre now them 2 days. Just bob down myself. So I might do one day. I might do, just bob in and have a coffee and a catch up with a few people. It's just nice to bump into people again, isn't it? So, and then I can have a chat, and just chat with other, and just get things off my chest if I need to, or just have a laugh, so yeah. She's got the calendar all wrong again yesterday. I haven't mentioned it a couple of days. She hasn't got it right at all in the last few days, but yesterday again we've got Ainsley, Arlo, herself and baby Arlie, and she called Ainsley Cade, which is Ainsley's uncle. Arlo she called Ainsley, got herself right, and then baby Arlie she called him baby Wayne, which again baby Wayne's now 10, so we don't call him baby Wayne anymore, but so she got that all wrong again yesterday, yeah. So Ozzy Osbourne died the other day. I got a message off somebody yesterday that I believe is that last concert he did, that 2 weeks or so before he died, because he had Parkinson's. I know he was, addicted with his drugs and his alcohol and what have you, but he'd been clean for a few years. but he did have Parkinson's. And he donated, or so I'm believing, he donated all the profits to Parkinson's research for a cure, which would have been a few million quid, I believe. But I've not heard anything on the TV, on the news or anything. And it's like a forgotten disease, or I feel like it's a forgotten disease is Parkinson's. It's never hardly mentioned anywhere, and it's massive. It's the biggest neurological disease in the world. Alzheimer's and dementia and all that, which I'm not knocking, they're terrible diseases and they're all right. But they get mentioned, they get plugged for whatever reason, good and bad. There's programmes about them and that, but you just never hear, and it's never even heard anything about Ozzy Osbourne donating all the profit, to Parkinson's. It's just annoying. It's annoying. Anyway, on a positive note, it's a bit overcast this morning, but it's Saturday, so I had a couple of messages during the week that either our lad or one of grandsons was coming up over the weekend, but we'll see. Got a message off grandson last night. He was thinking of Sunday, tomorrow, but I'd prefer Saturdays. I keep mentioning to him, I prefer Saturdays, because then Sundays we can either just nip out for a couple of hours or have a lazy day. But even if we get out for a couple of hours, it's still a lazy, slow day. So that Angie can, be ready for the up early in the morning for the Monday. So last night weren't too bad actually. She started fidgeting on the settee, so I put that cold pad out the freezer, put that on her back, and it cooled her down, and she stopped a lot of the fidgeting. She's doing a bit of the air twizzling, and she got restless and she couldn't get comfy, but she weren't doing the legs switching and arms were going. So that kept her temperature down, but she didn't go to bed till gone 12. Yeah, about 10 past 12 when I was putting her in bed. I got to bed, it was about an hour after, so 1:15-ish, something like that. But then she was okay again all night during the night. Never again. I woke up a couple of times, either covered her up, just felt if she was warm, and she wasn't excessively warm, so but she'd uncovered herself a couple of times, so just covered her up. Didn't have to get out of bed. I've been up again, that's 7:15, so I give her the tablets, woke her up at 8 o'clock to give her the tablets, and then while I was getting in the shower, she was doing a bit of fidgeting, and I bobbed in, her eyes were open, so she glanced at me like that, but she was doing the air twizzling, so it must have been because I'd woke her up for 8 o'clock tablet. But yeah, she's then got out of the shower and I've checked her again, and she's asleep again now. So yeah, overall the last few nights have been sort of pretty peaceful and not really that much hassle during the night. So we'll see what today brings. Whether anybody's coming up visiting today or not, I've not had a text yet, so we'll see. But we'll get out anyway, either way, later on, even if it's just for a walk along the prom with her, get her wrapped up in a wheelchair, get a blanket round and get some more fresh air going, so yeah, so that's been done for today. Again, I'll do another one tomorrow. So again, please like, share, send me your comments. Let's keep it going. Yeah, let's get this out there as much as I can. Please, yeah, let's share the information about the Parkinson's, the dementia, and also what it's like being a carer. That's what this is all about. Okay, you take care now. Bye.